What's up, everybody? Welcome to Dallas Sports. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Like and comment if you like the content you see. And with that being said, let's get started. Adam Schefter has revealed that teams have called the Miami Dolphins to inquire about trading for Pro Bowl running back Devon Achane and have been told that he is not available. Now, some context here. Marcel Louis Jacques did say early on this year that John Derek Sullivan has mentioned that he is one of the building blocks. Devon Achane is one of the building blocks, and he's eligible for an extension, and it could possibly be coming this summer. Now, it's very interesting seeing this report coming just pretty much a day after Jalen Waddle was traded. And, of course, teams are going to go to John Eric Sullivan and kind of like point the finger at Devon Achane and point the finger at the rest of the roster and be like, are you sure? Are you really sure you want to keep Devon Achane with how valuable he is, the draft capital you could get? And John Eric Sullivan, it seems like he's not going to be available. Now, a running back having this much value to a team, I think that's incredible for Devon Achane. But what I will say is that, while I do think an extension could happen, I don't know if Devon Achane will still be a Dolphin. I'm not very sure that that's completely out of the books. But yes, John Eric Sullivan is telling teams that he's not available. If the right offer comes up, he's probably going to be traded, okay? He probably will. Jalen Waddle was likely not going to be traded until he got that first and third round pick. And you guys got to remember, they're building a lot through the draft. So they could very well get Jalen Waddle's replacement in this year's upcoming draft with that 11th overall pick, or maybe with the 30th overall pick. Who really knows? But the bottom line is this: Devon Achane isn't going anywhere quite yet. He's not going anywhere quite yet. And that to me is both confusing and it is both encouraging, because Devon Achane is one of my favorite players. And look, you guys can say whatever you guys want. He's going to end up the greatest running back in Miami Dolphin history if he keeps on doing what he's been doing, okay? I understand Ricky Williams. I understand people saying maybe Jay Ajayi, Larry Zonka, maybe. Devon Achane very well has the potential to become the greatest running back in Miami Dolphin history if he continues to be what he has been for the last couple of years. Now, with that being said, what did we do with Devon Achane? What kind of contract are we really looking at? Let's take a look at the highest paid running backs in the entire league, right? If we just look at guaranteed money, Saquon Barkley has the most guaranteed money of anybody, as well as Ashton Genty, Kenneth Walker, and Derrick Henry, guys who probably belong up there in that list. So what exactly is Devon Achane going to get? Probably somewhere around that range, if we're being honest. I don't expect to be giving Devon Achane a family discount or a home discount, okay? I don't think Devon Achane is going to really want that. I think at the end of the day, Devon Achane is going to want to get paid his millions of dollars, especially since if you look at the running backs that are paid higher than Devon Achane right now: Marshawn Lloyd, Tyjae Spears, Woody Marks, Trevor Etienne, Blake Corum. If I'm Devon Achane's agent, I'm probably looking at that and saying, hey, you know what? Either put me with the big boys right now or trade me. That's what the agent is probably going to say. So I completely understand that. If we can't pay Devon Achane, then he should probably go. Now, I want to also make something very clear. Devon Achane is only 21 years old. I don't think people understand. He really hasn't entered his prime yet. Like his prime, a running back's prime is like probably 22 to like 25. He hasn't really entered his prime yet. So that's kind of interesting to see, because some of the running backs that are the highest paid, you see a Saquon Barkley and Ashton Genty. Ashton Genty has $35 million in guaranteed money. I don't know if Devon Achane is going to come up into this coming year without a contract extension. I'll be blunt. I hope he's not going to do what some of the wide receivers and running backs do and just not pull up to training camp. But the reality is that could very well be the case. Okay, this is how players are doing it nowadays. So I do think that if we're going to extend Devon Achane, it should be as quickly as possible before the value gets too high. He's coming off an elite year. Extend him right now. So if we're not going to trade him, we should extend him this offseason just to get out the way. Now, the only problem with that is that the Miami Dolphins are currently under the cap right now. And we do have other players that we have to extend. I'm talking about Jordan Brooks. I'm talking about Aaron Brewer. Those guys are guys that we want to extend. And those guys were also in the list of players were on the list of players that John Eric Sullivan wanted to build around. So there's a lot of managing that we have to do. Now, I don't know, like, if we're going to be able to get extensions for all three of these guys. I'll be blunt. I think one of them might have to go. If I had to pick one, I'd probably go with maybe Jordan Brooks or Aaron Brewer because they're on the older side. But, man, it would be hard letting go of a guy like Jordan Brooks who just became an All-Pro. Aaron Brewer, who's close to being All-Pro. He was fantastic. I would hate for that to happen. So it's going to be a lot of decisions are going to need to be made by John Eric Sullivan, by this regime, because quite frankly, up until this point, we all thought to ourselves, okay, well, you're going to trade Jalen Waddle, fine. You're going to sign Malik Willis, fine. What direction are we really going here? And then I saw this piece by Barry Jackson that I thought was relatively interesting and that I kind of half agree with. So this tweet by Barry Jackson is very interesting because I had the opinion that signing Malik Willis and trading Jalen Waddle are kind of contradictory, but Barry Jackson has this very interesting opinion. The number two, I think, is the biggest, like, make sense offer. And I think this is why I'm okay with the Jalen Waddle trade at the end of the day. Draft picks matter more right now than what Jalen Waddle will provide for us. And granted, there's no guarantee with these draft picks. There really isn't. But if you're offered a first-round pick, even if it's a late one, I'm taking it. I'm taking it because you can get some value out of that. Now, we have a roster full of a ton of holes. Holes that we need to fill very, very soon because if we want to really be a competitive team, well, we can't be competitive if we have holes on the roster. Like at secondary, like at wide receiver, we have to fill all those holes as much as possible. And I also think numbers 4 and 5 are reasons I kind of agree. Clear up the enormous cap problems. Tua was a crazy cap problem, and everybody that we let go was a cap problem. Bradley Chubb, Tyreek Hill. In some sense, Jalen Waddle was going to be a cap problem down the line. We got rid of that cap problem, and we're having it be a problem today rather than a problem next year. Number 5, I think, is another big one. Don't go into this season trying to lose to land a top QB. They want a field-to-field, a representative product while building up the roster for the long term, while knowing that not every need can be realistically filled in one off season. They think Willis could be the guy, but have flexibility to get someone else if he's not. I think number 5 is the biggest thing. Flexibility. If he's not the guy, we need to have space to bring another guy in. We need to have the money. We need to have the rookie QB, whatever it may be. We need that guy to come in and be the guy then. If it's not going to be Malik. I think that is a very fair assessment to make. And it's why I was okay with the Jalen Waddle trade to begin with. Now, I will say, if there's a deal for Devon Achane that blows you out of the water, you have to take it because, like, we got to understand, Devon Achane is going to be a very expensive down the line, and right now our team is not very good. If there's a deal that you can have and it could make this team better on the long run, you take it. I'm very interested to see what John Eric Sullivan does in the next couple of days or the next couple of weeks to really try to figure things out. Is an extension coming? Not very sure. I wouldn't be surprised if there is, but I will say that I am excited either way. I do like, for the most part, some of the moves that the Dolphins are making. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like and comment what you guys think of the Devon Achane contract situation. Is he going to get traded? Will we extend him? We're going to find out eventually. Thank you guys so much for watching. This has been Dollar Sports. This has been Sammy HT, and I will see you guys next time.